Okay, a demo of the table example in the workbook. After you've typed the date and enter a couple times for a double space, you go to the insert window at the top, and right below the insert window there you see table, and allows you to do the table. Of course, the most important thing about the table is figuring out in advance how many columns you're going to have. Try very hard to know the number of columns, or even if you have one too many, it's better than one not enough. In this case, we know that we have 4 columns and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. Again, you can add rows very easily, and in this case I've developed the table, and you notice already on the screen there it looks like what's in the book. After that, of course, you enter the data. Spell it right. These are already centered since the heading was centered. That doesn't always happen. You do want to center your column or headings. Get to see how good I type. When you do things, it doesn't always look exactly like what you expect them to look like. Again, this one's the columns are in the center mode. Which we can take care of later. We don't really want that first column to be in the center mode, but again, we can fix that. Percent destroyed. I'm going to go vertically in this case. Doesn't matter which way you go. Type the word total. The original cost. Now, something different with 2007 than the previous versions. In the old days, we used to go ahead and put a formula here, but nowadays it wants you to go to Excel, which is fine, but I'm going to just tell you that unless you're doing some really heavy-duty table and number generation, you stick with Excel for number crunching and leave, word processing to Word. So in this case, down on the totals, we're actually just going to type them in. We could call up an Excel function here and do that, but it's just more trouble than it's worth. So I'm typing in the numbers there. You could put dollar signs. It really doesn't matter. All right, I've typed in all the data that I need. Need to do some cleaning up, so I'm going to highlight the 4 words in the first column there. Find my page layout button up at the top. Find let's see, maybe go to home. Go to home, and then left justified, and you notice that the words move to the left. Now, numbers are optional how you want to do your numbers. The book is showing that they're all left justified, and that's fine. Centering them here is okay. You have to be careful with centering and justifying and all that of the different lengths of the numbers. It probably wouldn't hurt to come back in these numbers for the reader's, which is reader's benefit, and put some commas in the different things, and maybe even a dollar sign like I'm doing here to make it look better. Just be sure that your stuff looks good. It's the presence and the appearance of what you're giving to people is very important. All right, piece of cake on doing the table. There are times in which you need to shrink columns down or make them bigger, and that's what you move your cursor to in between the lines. Left click on your button, and you see you can widen the column as I've done there, or shrink the column. You want to end up with a nice looking table. Sometimes if you had to add a column to the right of the table there, you'd have to squunch everything up so you'd have room to insert an extra column to the right. You normally want your table to be balanced on the page, for sure horizontally, in some cases vertically. There is a way in the old days when we used to use typewriters to use column tabs and things like that. Normally you don't do tabs. You can turn off the boxes here. Go back to table. Well, anyway, you can remove the actual lines here so it looks like that there's no box at all, and it ends up being the same way as it used to be.